Darksiders 1, also known as Darksiders Warmastered. This game has a parry, so it makes it into parry review. So in this game, if you block at the last moment, you will perfect guard, and you will do a counter attack. You'll know you did it right when your shield glows red or like orange. If it glows white, you're doing a standard block. So my problem with this parry is the same problem that I have with this game. This game is a God of War clone, a PS2 God of War clone, and that's not a bad thing, but it's still very predictable. The parry feels very arcadey, and it also feels like a cutscene that happens every time you press R1. I really wanted to give this game a chance, but after the first boss, you lose your powers, and then you lose your parry, you just have a regular block, and you have to go and get your powers back. That's very Metroidvania-esque, but I'm just not down for that right now. I'm really not feeling... I just don't feel like playing a God of War clone right now. In fact, I may actually like the God of War 2, the parry in God of War 2, the perfect block. I think I like that more. In this game, the initial perfect block feels very satisfying. However, the following attack animation, the counterattack, just feels like filler, and it's very long as well. I think I've said this before, but counterattacks should be very quick dash attacks. All counterattacks should just be like super quick dash attacks. And if you can't have like a dash attack for the counter, an acceptable alternative is like the Dark Souls riposte. And only because you have iframes during the entire animation of the Dark Souls riposte. If you can't produce either of those counterattacks, just make it so that the perfect block deals damage, and that's it. Don't go making a mountain out of a molehill and ruin everything for everybody. This is still a good game, it's just dated. Like, this type of game was fun back in 2005, 2008, because we didn't know any better. One day eventually we would all get Sekiro, and our lives would change forever as to what is and what is not a good parry. I don't even know if you can parry bosses. I'm sure you can parry some bosses and elite enemies, but this game has unparryable attacks as well, which is just another problem. Another guessing game where you have to figure out what you can and can't parry. Another chore, just more homework for you to figure out. Again, this was a good game back in the day. I would just rather play God of War, honestly. God of War 1 for the PlayStation 2 or God of War 2 for the PlayStation 2. Either one of those games I prefer to this one. Games like these, when you leave them to their own devices, they just devolve into mindless button mashing, which is what this game is. On the parry metric, honestly, 5 out of 10. And on the fun and enjoyment scale, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling very generous right now, so let's just forget the rating for the fun and enjoyment scale. Sorry if you love this game and I just shit all over your favorite game. I don't mean to do that, it's just that this is parry reviews. And a parry in a video game isn't just a parry. It's the way the rest of the game revolves around the parry. Or you could also say how the parry revolves around the rest of the game. It needs to be a symbiotic relationship, you know? It needs to mix. But whatever, thanks for watching, take care, and enjoy.